shakalaka.
Hi, this is Audrey.
And this is Harry.
With the BS Travelers, we're coming at you live from Santiago, Chile, where we're going to bring you episode 8, Patagonia.
Yes, so right now we're enjoying a beautiful sunset on the top of the terrace here on our condo. Absolutely beautiful. It's about to set maybe in about 15-20 minutes. Didn't want to shoot that way because, well, it would have been right in the sun. But we have this beautiful glow on us now, don't we?
Yes. And we're ready to talk about Patagonia. It's been a long time, so please forgive us if we forget a little bit the details. And just as a little heads up, all the specific things are on our blog. So if you go to our blog and look up the cheat sheet for Patagonia, all the specifics and all the details that you really want to know, all the nitty-gritty will be on there for your reference.
Yeah,
okay?
lodging, where we stayed,
busing,
transportation,
everything. But this is just our opportunity to document our travels and kind of wrap up our time here in South America, right? We're going to be finishing up the last couple vlogs.
You know, we left Ushuaia.
Ushuaia. You'll never get it right.
No, I won't. Close enough.
Yes. And
at least I know how to spell it.
Yes.
But don't test me on it. So we started off in Punta Arenas.
Right.
Most people sort of skip it. They go right to Puerto Natales. And just to sort of break up that bus ride, we decided to stop there.
Right.
Instead of going the extra 3 hours, we said let's take a break, maybe spend a few days there.
Stretch our legs.
Stretch our legs after Antarctica and just relax a little bit.
Right. Because one of the things that we anticipated for Patagonia was that, number one, we anticipated long bus rides, which we were not really excited about. And they were really tough on us. I mean, we did not enjoy the bus rides at all. And then secondly, we knew that we were going to be on the go with a lot of hostels and, you know, you just have to keep moving along to kind of see all the sites. So
we wanted to really slow it down.
Yes, as much as we could.
Exactly. So that bus ride from Ushuaia to Puerto Natales is about 15 hours, give or take, the crossing at the Chilean border.
Yes.
Because it can be like 1 hour, it can be 3 hours. Ours was about an hour, so it was fairly quick. So that was 12 hours in semi-cama. So that's just your standard bus. And after about 12 hours, and there's no bathroom on this bus, you're absolutely ready to go. A lot of travelers we were with who went to Ushuaia with in Antarctica.
Yeah, a lot of them were from Antarctica.
They went right to Puerto Natales.
Yeah, so they got off the bus after that long ride. It just kept heading north.
And then got on another bus.
We were so happy to stretch our legs.
Yes.
It's a cute little quaint town.
There's a nice little tour. You can do a self-guided tour of Antarctica, like Chilean history.
Yes.
So it was kind of cute, right? Nice
yeah,
town.
Real cute. And like I said, maybe most travelers wouldn't want to stop there, but we were glad we did. After.
Just nice to break up the bus.
It is.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay, so then we headed up to Puerto Natales.
Yes.
Nice 3-hour bus right away. So we spent a few nights there, and then we went to Puerto Natales.
Yes.
And overall, we really overbooked the time there, which we talked about on the blog. We were, you know, we didn't do the hike, the W, so we ended up staying 5 nights. We could have got away with 2 nights.
Yes.
However, we loved Torres del Paine. I absolutely would have wished we would have booked a hotel in the park.
Yes, that was one of our #1 mistakes. Because we didn't really do the research to find out that if you're going to stay there for a longer period of time, most people do the 5-day W trek, which is intense hiking in the mountains. You're in tents or rustic accommodations, and although we like to look like backpackers,
we are not.
We are not hardcore.
We like to travel comfortably.
Yes, very.
So we thought, okay, 5 nights, that'll give us enough time to sort of do all the little trails along the W individually, maybe. Right? But we didn't know that
some day hikes.
Yeah. So we didn't really know that it's a 2.5-hour bus ride each way, right?
Yes.
There and just to get there, to get to the park.
So 5 hours on a bus.
Trip. That's
bumpy roads,
extremely bumpy,
yes.
curvy. So what we ended up doing is we did the tour.
The 1-day tour.
The 1-day basic tour of the park, and then the Milodon tour, the Milodon Cave, which was cool. So that was enough to see the park. I felt like, you know, after that tour we did see a lot of the park. I didn't feel bad.
No, we saw the W towers. We had a great day.
Just going back, I feel like, yeah, if we would have had that extra day of actually staying in the park, even though it was a little bit pricey, it would have made up for sort of that feeling of we didn't see it enough because we only really were there 1 day. It's absolutely stunning. To me, it was my favorite scenery.
That was your favorite part.
Patagonia.
And one of the tips that, for some people that might be watching this video, going to Patagonia, one of the things that I really wanted to do in my time there was do an ice hike or an ice trek, where you're, you know, got the
Gray Glacier you hike on.
Yes.
You can hike on.
And unfortunately, because we didn't do the research in advance,
you have to
stay in the park. So if that's something that's really important to you, make sure that you do the research and make sure that you stay within the park, because traveling in and out, you'll never be able to.
You'll never get there in time.
You'll never.
I think
the timing will never work.
Or something, and you have to cross the lake, right, to get there on a boat, and it's like it's more than you would ever imagine it would it could be
Yes.
to get there. So it's like,
Yes, more details about it on our blog.
Yep.
But Harry promised me that if we make it to Alaska, I could do it there.
yes,
so
we will definitely
hopefully.
do it. Because after that we went to El Calafate, where we thought once again we're going to do
had the
this
other opportunity.
badass
Yes.
ice hiking, right?
Yes, yes. There's one company that, and this is one of the problems too, is there's only one company that's kind of outfitted to be,
on the glacier.
On the
at
glacier,
one time.
yes. So we head up to the next town, like he said.
El Calafate.
El Calafate. And right away we walk immediately into the company, and they told us that there was not an opportunity to do so until 4 days later.
Yeah, and don't forget, I mean, you were trying to work with them for how many days
Yes,
to get
this
booked?
company
They just
sucks.
didn't respond to emails. Hilo and Ventura.
Yes. Not recommended
Awful.
at all. Yes.
But that's the only one you can go with. So don't go, if you really want to do it, you have to probably harass them
Yes.
nonstop through email, phone, whatever you can, to make sure that you get that reservation booked. Because don't think you're going to get there and you booked a few days that you're going to get to do this hike. Or this,
No, it's not
glacier
a guarantee.
trek.
It's not a guarantee.
We got there and they said, we were there 3 days. They said, I think it was actually closer to like the 5th day that they said there was an opening. And we're like, we're not going to be here. We already have the rest of our plans booked. So, and there's not enough there in El Calafate to really keep you busy for 5 days.
No.
So,
But the highlight of our time there, right?
Perito Moreno.
Oh, glacier looks awesome. It looks like it's going to be a great day for camping, right?
Absolutely.
Let's go look.
Okay, we officially have, I would say, the best seat in the house right now. At this point, it's just a waiting game. We're all stocked up, ready to go.
And now on with the show.
Oh.
Are you ready?
If the glaciers don't care, then I don't care.
That was a highlight of our trip, definitely through Patagonia.
Yeah, definitely. Because, we brought our lunch. Bring as much food as you can.
Yes.
We brought sandwiches, chips, fruit.
Yes.
Because we just said, okay, we want to watch this glacier cab. We got out there, we watched, literally sat in one spot. I thought, best seat in the house.
It was.
Right?
It was.
For at least 6 hours. It was so cool. And the whole time I got my, the Sony camera, taking pictures. I'm filming because I want to get that shot of the calving. And of course, I'm focused. 45 minutes each time. I swear this happened. 45 minutes. I'm there. Oh, what's that? A bird or whatever.
A slight distraction, and because it happens so fast.
And you're like, oh, and then you get the end of it. And
Right.
I swear it happened at least 6 times in New York. Like, I'm focused for half hour, 40, and then what? You look somewhere else, and then you miss it.
Yes. But
So a lot of respect, right, to those National Geographic.
yeah, that sit there and they don't take their eyes
Don't
away
move. It's
from
like
the
a
camera.
sniper.
Yes.
They just focus on it.
Yes, but definitely a highlight for us, and the footage that we're showing you now is completely amazing, and just one of those memorable experiences in Patagonia to see this big ice glacier just what's the word I always forget? Calving.
And it, it's like you could be there all day. You can go there 2 days in a row, I think, because it's so phenomenal. We were there 6 hours, and 6 hours went by that. We seriously just sat there and watched the glacier the whole time.
And there's hiking trails if you don't want to sit like we did and just watch. But you could take advantage of those if you kind of want to be on the move.
And outside of that, in El Calafate, there's really not a whole lot to do.
No,
I mean,
cute town.
Beautiful town, beautiful lake.
Very walkable. We did have a bad experience there that we want to make sure just. Harry had two instances where a local, right?
Well, like the hostel owner was trying to charge me the Blu-ray.
Yes, so
because
pay attention to this.
They knew we were from the U.S. and they were purposely trying to charge me the Blu-ray, even though I was paying everything in pesos. So they were taking, instead of basically multiplying, the American amount by, or the USD amount by 8.5, which is sort of the official currency. They were trying to multiply, the USD amount by 10, which was the sort of in between the Blu rate and the USD rate, because they knew that most people are paying with the Blu-ray. So I said, I am absolutely not paying this.
Oh yeah, we walked out of there, and at one point we even considered jumping out the
Coming out the window.
Wait,
of the
we
room.
didn't, but we talked about it as a joke because
It just left such a bad taste in my mouth with this place that I left a enormously horrible review for them. That I thought of every little thing that bothered me at that stay. Not to mention the shower. The shower was literally, you know, you're in it and this side is touching the curtain, this side is touching the curtain, the faucet's here. It's like...
And it was being held up by fishing wire.
Fishing wire. So I went to town on this place on TripAdvisor mainly because, you know, because this lady left such a bad taste in my mouth with how she treated us at checkout.
Yeah, so just, point being said, just make sure that these people aren't kind of ripping you off because, you know, just know in advance that...
So, yeah, you should be paying in the official rate no matter what.
Yeah, that's a significant tip because it
what
did happen twice.
It happened twice, and what they're doing is illegal.
Yes.
In Argentina, it's illegal.
Take it from the finance guy, okay? So moving on, right? We headed up to
El
Chaltén, and that was my vote for the best city in Patagonia. I loved it. 12 blocks. It's a really small, quaint town, kind of hidden in these mountains, right?
Yeah, you think El Calafate is small. El Chaltén is like,
super small.
It's like a city block.
But what was wonderful about it is that this is the first opportunity in Patagonia where you open your door, you walk, you know...
And you truly have groomed trails right when you leave it, like
you walk out your door.
Boom! And you don't have to pay anything, and there's you don't have to take a taxi to go somewhere or a bus. And you walk out and you have the most amazing hikes, probably in the world.
I
top
think so.
10, you know what I mean? Amazing.
Yes, it was almost, a lot of the scenery was like we were walking through Lord of the Rings.
Right,
sure. We'll show you some clips, some pictures of what the scenery looked like, but it was simply amazing. And we stayed 5 days there, and we felt like we didn't overstay at all, right?
No, it was pretty much, I think, the ideal amount, even if you have flexible time, right? I think 5 days, you could stay maybe 7 days, just to give your body enough time to recoup after a long hike.
Yeah,
right?
Rest the knees.
Sure, but amazing.
Yes, great city, so highly recommend. Moving on up to...
Then we left, right, El Chaltén for the 28-hour
grueling
full cama bus ride to Bariloche.
Yes.
28 hours on a bus that did not have soap in the bathroom.
Nope.
It did not have paper towels in the bathroom.
Nor did it have toilet paper. So thank God I had a couple little
tissues, right?
Tissues in my purse.
Oh my gosh.
It
you
was
just felt so
rough.
filthy by the end of it.
Yes, for sure.
So we finally made it to Bariloche, where we spent the holidays.
Yes. Yes.
Right?
Yes.
We were there for 14 days. That was beautiful. Beautiful condo.
Beautiful lake. Beautiful lake.
View
yes.
from the condo. So that's another thing. If you want an awesome condo in Bariloche, check out our site. It's very reasonably priced. I think it was around $60. Right?
60 to 70, something like that.
Very
USD.
Beautiful condo, right in the heart of the city. Amazing views. The one downfall, we had to Bariloche, which no one tells you about. What is it called? Travel Rock.
So we asked a local because we weren't exactly sure what was going on with this Travel Rock.
Travel Rock, all over, like buses, Travel Rock. There's all these like teenagers. They all wear the same coats. Travel Rock. Backpacks. Travel Rock. They all walk around with their like clothes in garbage bags. You'll see like 50 kids walk down the street with all their clothes in garbage bags.
Right. So what it is that these high schoolers at the end of their high school
career, if you want to call it career.
Yes.
Let's not call it a career.
They go on this school trip, and for whatever reason, Bariloche is the kind of spring break destination
City Beach
of South America, or I should say Argentina.
Oh, yeah,
so
Argentina.
They all come out, and knowing that the drinking age in Argentina is 18, you can imagine what it sounds like.
Yes, this is probably the first time they've been away from their parents.
Yes.
And so it's just pure chaos for them. And you never get that perspective when you look online of this occurring in Bariloche. When you look online, you see Swiss chalets, Swiss chocolate, looks very serene.
And the most famous hotel in all of South America is their hotel. It looks like Llao, but it's pronounced Xiao.
And yeah.
It's like supposed to be the most eloquent hotel in
South America.
South America.
And it is, but it's not anywhere close near the downtown.
No.
It's probably 15 miles away.
Right, on the opposite
So
side,
we're
the
in
quiet side.
Yeah, we're in downtown, and you know, during the day, it's pretty nice. They're not noisy at all.
It kind of reminds us of Wisconsin Dells for anybody local, right?
And then all of a sudden, at like 11 p.m., it's like all hell breaks loose all over the place. Almost every single night.
Yes.
There's bars. For example, there was a bar literally like 200 feet away from our condo. We looked sort of down at it because we were on the 3rd floor, and it opens up Christmas morning at 2 a.m. So what kind of bar opens up on Christmas morning at 2 a.m.?
A loud one.
A loud one. So of course we're like, are you freaking serious? 2 a.m.
Ooh, an F-bomb.
I'm gonna have to blur that one out.
That being said, our advice, even though our condo was great and it had amazing views, if you want that quieter,
and we're
kind of more quaint experience, maybe try to head over away from that city center. But the bad thing is that, you're kind of close to the restaurants, you're kind of close to the little shops.
Everything.
Yeah, it was really convenient. So the other thing we wanted to talk about was the bike trail that we did there.
Yes, that was beautiful.
Yes, a great way to kind of take in some of the scenery in
Circuito
Bariloche.
Chico.
Yes.
Circuito Chico was the name of that one.
And although Harry keeps saying that it wasn't rough, I thought it was pretty tough.
If you look on the internet, everybody says how horribly rough it is. It is. It's not easy. It's not It's not like a stroll through the city on a bicycle for sure. But it's doable. I would say it's doable for almost anybody.
But it is Patagonia, so there's hills, right?
It's not. When we checked out the bikes, the guy's like, there's nothing like this. It's either this or this, and he's absolutely right. I mean, going up, there were a few times where we had to get off the bike and walk up the hill because
it was so steep.
But on the way down, it's a whole lot of fun. So I think it's worth it.
And great way.
By the end, I mean, my butt was hurting like crazy.
Yeah, we got a workout for the day, didn't we?
Yeah, we were like, that was enough bike riding. It ended up being about 4 to 5 hours of biking. We didn't really stop that much.
No, that was great, right?
Yeah, so we had a really nice time. Highly recommend it. Don't let anybody scare you away with saying it's too difficult to do. It's doable.
Right. Heading on up?
Yes, so then we decided to sort of break up that bus trip
again.
The bus ride again, because from Bariloche to Mendoza can be about 18 hours. And we're like, we don't want to be on a bus ever again for more than like 2 hours. So we said, okay, let's just maybe look around and see if there's a place to stop between Bariloche and Mendoza. So we actually found 2 spots. Neuquén, right, which is sort of wine country, which we'll get into the next episode. But below that is this beautiful city,
San Martín de los Andes.
San Martín de los Andes.
Yes.
Beautiful. It was sort of the town we thought Bariloche was gonna be like.
Exactly, and it's off the backpacker route, so not a lot of people stop there. No. There's not really a lot of hostels because it's more of this kind of lake town for locals.
And I would probably say I would say the population is probably no more than a few thousand. So very small town, very quaint. Saw a few backpackers, but nowhere near as many as like in Bariloche or anywhere else along Patagonia. But everyone we talked to, they're like, oh my gosh, you will love San Martín. Because everyone we talked to are like, oh, it's loud here, there's dogs. They're like, you'll love it, it's beautiful, it's quiet.
Yeah.
I would say it's probably the most sort of romantic city, don't you think?
Yeah.
Along Patagonia, just because it was so nice.
I have a picture in mind that we're probably showing right now about talking about romance.
Oh, really? So it's a beautiful stop. We were there 2 nights. Stop there. It's a beautiful gateway to, I guess, the 7 Lakes region, which we didn't get into.
No, but it's really one of the most prettiest sceneries, right?
If I was going to come back,
yeah.
I would definitely set some time to look into the 7 Lakes, go through there and see what it's all about. Because it's supposed to be beautiful.
Yeah.
A lot of the locals go there because it's sort of off the beaten path.
Yeah, quiet. Like I said, a little lake.
Not so many tourists, right?
Lake town.
Like us.
Yeah.
So that was our time in Patagonia.
Yes.
Anything we missing?
Well, I think that pretty much sums it up and kind of documents our travels, right?
Yeah.
And
beautiful time. Next episode, it's going to be wine country.
Yes,
which
and
we have
as you all know,
experience with.
we have a lot to say about that.
We'll be talking about Melbeck. We'll be talking about Sauvignon Gris.
Getting off the beaten path.
Sauvignon.
Yeah, but getting off the beaten path in Patagonia wine country.
Patagonia wine country, which no one really talks about. So that's going to be exciting.
Stay tuned for that.
Yes. So thanks for joining us.
Yes.
Cheers.
Till next time.